Mark Ainley from GC Realty Development. We are a property management firm in Roselle, and I'm also co-host of Chicago's #1 real estate investment podcast, Straight Up Chicago Investor. So check us out on iTunes. But what I want to talk to you about today is something I talk to a lot of investors on, whether it's somebody just getting in the game, someone that's maybe questioning getting out of the game. There's 5 ways that you're going to make money in real estate. Whether you have 1 property, or if you have 100 properties, or if you have a 100-unit building, you're going to make money 5 different ways, and we want to go through those today. So first off, cash flow. I'll just get that out of the way. That's what everyone knows about. That's what people underwrite that property for. That's what they see at the end of the year. And that's what they judge based if they're winning or losing when it comes to their property. Now that is just one of them, and that's probably the one you have the most control over. So don't let me downplay it, and it's important to make sure that you are trying to be cash flow positive for many different reasons. But the other 4 are super, super important. So number 2 is the principal pay down of a loan. No other investment in this entire universe can you leverage like you can in real estate and be able to have someone else pay back or pay down your debt. Think about this. You could buy a $100,000 property, put $10,000 into it, and then get a loan for $90,000. And then over the next 30 years, your tenant, through their rent, can pay off that loan for you. So 30 years from now, saying it doesn't go up in value at all, that tenant just made you $90,000, or that tenants. So appreciation is, principal pay down on the loan is huge. So every month, and you're paying principal and interest, and every month as you go in that 30-year term, you are able to pay a little more of that loan down, paying a little less interest next month. Now there's some hacks, and we'll talk about that in another video, as far as ways you could pay your principal down faster. So you could really easily, by making, it's like 1 extra payment a year, you are able, 1 extra mortgage payment a year, you're able to take your loan from a 30-year to like a 23-year loan. So it's kind of crazy. There's calculators on there. If you Google loan pay down calculator, I'm sure you'll be able to find something like that. But that's huge right there. So the other, number 3, so we have cash flow, we have principal pay down. Number 3 is your tax liability is reduced. So every expense you have on your property, whether it be any of your maintenance, it's your mortgage interest, your association fee if you're within an association, any of those things, your management fees, your CPA's bill, your gas if you're self-managing, maybe it's your gas going back and forth, your QuickBooks if you're handling the books, all those things are things you could write off. And at the end of the day, a lot of times those things exceed what income you brought in. And in that scenario, you're able to write that off. So if you have a $100,000 a year W-2 job where you're taking income in and you're paying X amount of taxes, now the losses of your real estate will go against the taxes that the income taxes you owe on a state and federal level. So talk to your CPA about it, but the tax advantages and the write-offs, and I didn't even get into depreciation yet. Every year, you're able to take this. It seems almost unreal because it's on paper, but it's a tax write-off of 1/27th of your property's value that you're able to take against the value that goes as a write-off, and that goes against your taxable income. So that's huge. So we got cash flow, principal pay down. We got reducing your income tax liability. And number 4, you have hedge against inflation. Right now I'm making this video, we're about to start 2023. The last part of 2022, the word inflation has been used more. It's a buzzword. Everyone's talking about it. Everyone's affected by it. From any person trying to buy a gallon of milk, to a gallon of gas, to buying a house, to getting a loan, whatever it might be. Everyone's affected right now, so it's really big. But if real estate is one of those things that protects you against inflation. Because think about this. If you bought a house in early 2022, you might have a 3.5% loan. And no matter what happens with inflation, or how high rates go, or how bad inflation gets, you'll still have a 3.5% loan. And that property is going to, based on everything else that's happened around it, is going to also probably have kind of forced appreciation. Not talking specific appreciation here, but this is helping you kind of be on the positive side of inflation, not necessarily the negative side. So you're able to, with your fixed assets and your fixed debt, able to hedge your risk against inflation. So that's really cool. So we talked about cash flow, principal pay down, income tax, hedge against inflation, and now appreciation. Now, this is one of the ones that most experts will say don't count on, don't plan around, but if you've owned real estate for more than 10 years, it's a good chance it went up. Maybe it went down in that time, maybe there's a cycle it went down, but if you own that real estate 10, 20, 30 years, it's going to go up in value for many different reasons. If we just talked about inflation itself, that's one of the big reasons why your property will go up. But affordability, supply and demand, all these reasons are going to cause your property to eventually appreciate. Like I said, if you own a property 1, 2, 3, 5 years, you might not be able to benefit from the appreciation piece, but long term you will. So those are the 5 ways that you as an investor are making money. And this applies to here in Chicago, in the Chicago suburbs, Southern California, all this. So there's just so many more ways to make money than most people really kind of chalk out on paper. So I'm super excited to share this with you today. If you have any additional questions, please reach out to me. If you have any comments below of how you're protecting yourself against the changing economy right now with one of these different advantages, let us know. I'd love to hear from you. If you're looking for a great property manager to help you protect this asset that I'm telling you all these ways you can make money on, reach out to us. We're GC Realty and Development. We're Chicago's responsible property manager, and we'd love the opportunity to talk to you about what you're trying to do on your journey in your wealth building and your real estate portfolio. So I'll talk to you soon, and have a good day. Bye.